in my own experience, yeah, it's been a little frustrating. The highs, yeah. One thing Sam and I talked about is like one thing, you have to not let the highs get you too high. In part, especially as a poker player, like when you have a big win, there's that temptation to just go spend a lot of it, even though that could be a big part of your income for the year, and you're going to need it through the lean times, just because you're riding the high of winning and
Sure. And even if you're
playing
not
the discipline of
spending,
that.
it
Yeah.
can still just like allow the ego to swell and you feel this invincibility and the winner's tilt and all the rest of it.
Mm-hmm.
Um,
Yes.
that's like almost more dangerous.
Yeah, something I'm quite familiar with after my own early success, where it's like, well, I'm winning, I can just do whatever and keep winning because I'm a winning player, and it's not really how it works. It's like it's similar to the questions that people, because you see it, I don't know, movies, TV, or even real people that are like, "Am I a good person?" Like it's like, I don't know, what is that?
Hmm.
Are you doing good things or bad things? Right? Like, I don't see it like as being a part. It's what you do that matters. It's like, am I a winning player? Well, I can be if I'm playing to the best of my ability, or probably even my B game. To be honest, I'm not a winning player if I go sit in high stakes games and think I'm a winning player, so I can do what I want and win. Like,
Right.
you know what I mean? So it's like, yeah, we're not. Yeah, I don't like to define myself though like that, or label myself or anything either, because then I start, you start thinking about, that you are inherently something, and then you don't really work on being that something. Or also, just in my experience, I found a lot of times people who insist on labels for themselves are often the opposite of what they claim to be.
Mm, mm.
Like,
Yeah, that's a good point.
yeah, like a good example, just especially where I come from, the kind of people who are always like, I don't really like drama, are the ones who are always finding themselves in the middle of it. You know what I mean? Just one example.
Yeah.
Like,
I think knowing yourself is a bit of a paradox where you do want to introspect to the point where you understand what's authentic to you, but then you
mm-hmm.
also have to remain open to the fact that you're always changing, growing, evolving, and you don't know what that next stage of life is always going to look like. So it's
Yeah,
again, a balancing act, I feel.
yeah, totally. And I kind of feel the same way, and I'm trying to think about how I want to word this, but it's like, yeah, that state of constant change too is something it's something I became fond of saying some years ago. In life, the only constant is change, and
True.
yeah, and so I trying to keep that balance. Or when it's just like I said, another reason I don't like labels. I'm like, I don't even like having a name. If I didn't have to, I'd just go be the man with no name or whatever. But I would call
You
myself
could.
the man with no name. But
2026. Go
yeah,
for it, bro.
yeah, just it's just like, because then everything, you have a name, and or label any kind, and then people treat you like the name or the label, and not